Physical media is being removed from Best Buy. Best Buy is getting out of physical media and displays altogether. Look at this. End of an era. Movies are gone. DVDs. This is consequences, according to this gentleman, that hasn't begun to be fathomed. Whoa. You can be all digital. You can be all digital future all you want, but what a bleak future you are subscribing to. Our physical libraries are more valuable every day, especially those pieces that aren't streamable anywhere else. So this is, yeah. I've never been a big physical media guy, but this is kind of interesting to see as streaming has become so popular that people just don't demand physical movies anymore. And I'm, like I said, I haven't been a big physical guy. It's just, it's so much space that these things end up taking up in your, kind of like in your house. And especially if you have like a big video game collection. Like I've got still have a lot of like GameCube games, especially if you keep the boxes that they come in, the actual cases. I've got a bunch of NES games. I mean, that just piles up over the years. A lot of times I don't feel myself like, hey, I'm going to go back, I'm going to plug in the Super Nintendo and, play the original cart. I've usually just, hey, I'm going to emulate it. Let me download ZNES, download a ROM, and we're good to go if I want to like fool around in a little game. But physical media. But this is a video. I love the rain effects and sad music they decided to put on it. The video games. And you do kind of have to recall like, oh man, the joy of walking into a Target and Target or a Walmart or KB Toys in the old day, and like you'd run up to the game case and you'd be looking inside at all the cool games that you want. Like, oh, as a kid, that was just the awesomest thing. Or like opening a actual present and having a box and a manual to flip through. Those are good times that, you wonder, is the next generation going to get to experience it, where it's like they open up, ooh, it's a card with a download code. Or even better, when you open the case and it's an effing code inside instead of a disc. What the hell is that shit? It's so disappointing. But at the same time, like the sort of a minimalist, or the person that wants to have minimal amount of space like taken up by these games, like I am almost strictly digital. The only I like about physical games is that you can just like, once you're done with it, you can just hand it, if you have a brother or a friend, like, hey, you want to play this? Like, you can just, give it to them, like, oh, hey, try this out. This was fun. I beat the game, hand it off, and like they have a chance to play it. So that to me, that's the best part of physical media. Or I'm just not a big into collector, but man, it is kind of strange to see where this is going to go, especially, like how do you play the games online? Will eventually stop support, which is actually kind of the neat. It's a death. Yeah, that is do you really own it if it's, a digital download? And I'm hoping more and more we'll see people still like archiving it, through stuff like emulation and hacking and basically, removing the DRM. Like, even if you have a physical game, if they able to put DRM on it, do you even own it then? That is an interesting thing to see. Or if it's like a live service, physical or not, what are you going to do about it? Hey, we got Swerve Plays in the chat. Hey, Dave, I like the series you're doing. Thank you. Appreciate it. It is a lot of fun kind of just shooting the shit about video games on it. And then we got Tom Canuck. And it's a death of ownership. That's the tough part. Yeah. Very tough. Like, do you own, like, back in the old days, just have like a cart and you put it in and that's your game. Even now, more and more is like games and online get integrated. That ownership has slowly been like eroding away, even beyond the digital part. That's why guide.com is so good. You can download any game without DRM stuff, which is awesome. And like, I think there's also like itch where like they'd actually just give you the exe. You can download it, but you have the actual exe itself. It's not, connected to that. Well, yeah, piracy for sure, but that's still paying $70 to play a game as long as Blizzard gives you the play button. That's Blizzard, baby. That's the sad thing. I play in Diablo. It's like, yeah. But they aren't legally obligated to give it to you. Yep. Actually, we'll be talking about DRM a little later.